For this lesson, I'm going to come up here and select maybe this one right here. Hold down the Command key and select maybe this one right here. And then either press the letter E on your keyboard or click this button here. And there we go. We know that the Final Cut Pro main timeline, the storyline, is magnetic. You can come over here all day long if you want to, and it's going to snap right back again. And you say, well, you know, I have worked in other editing programs that allow me, because of what I'm doing, timing, whatever, to add a gap. And I can't do that in Final Cut Pro. Yes, you can. And actually, I think it's better because it's more precise. So how do we add a gap? Well, go with your playhead to wherever you want this gap to be. Now, the first one we're going to do would be a ripple gap, which means basically it's going to push our timeline to the right so the gap can fit. So I got my playhead right there. Go up to the word Edit on the pull-down menu and go down to Insert Generator. Select Gap. Pushed it away. By default, the gap is 3 seconds. Now we know we can get in here, and now we can change it to whatever we want it to be. So we have successfully inserted a gap there. Now there's another way to do this. Let's go ahead and get rid of that one with an undo. I love undo. It's my favorite key in the whole world, Command Z. In this case, I don't want to change the length of the timeline. Let's say we're at 90 seconds. So whatever we do has got to be in the space. I've got an interview that's getting really hard to get. I know where I want it to be, and I know how long it's going to be. I just don't have it yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into this button right here and pick up my blade tool. Go anywhere on either of our clips and click where you want to create this new gap, and you get what's called a through edit. Now you can see it looks like a dotted line. I'm going to go back to my select tool. I'm going to select that one deleted area. Now, if I press delete, I'm doing a ripple delete. It's changing the timeline. I'm going to press undo again. Do this. Hold down the shift key and then press delete and watch what happens. It creates a gap exactly the size of the area that you cut out. Your timeline maintains its integrity in terms of time. Now, what do we do now? Well, I finally get the interview, or I finally get the clip that I need to stick in there. Let's say it's this one right here. So select it by clicking on it once. I'm going to move my playhead over here, drag it down. Now you want the clip to look like that. Over here, it's going to push it in. You want it to look like that, let go. Replace. Now what does that do? It's going to push everything to the right or to the left, depending on the length of the clip. Replace from start. Now that says, okay, this clip is longer than what I need. I'm going to start at the start of the clip, and when I get to the end of the gap, that's when I cut. From end, I'm going to make sure that the end of the clip is at the end of this particular gap, and I'll move to the left until I find a piece to put in there that's the exact size. But I'm going to start from the start to the end. Replace with retime to fit. What's that? What's going to change the time of the clip and leave the whole thing there? If you ever watched a movie clip, say at double speed, it actually occurs and you can watch it in half the time. That's what it's going to do if I use that one. It will change the speed to make it fit. I'm going to say replace from start. Watch what happens. This is a trim. It threw the gap away, replaced it with my clip from the beginning of the clip, and when it ran out of gap, it stopped. The integrity of my timeline has not changed. You can use gaps in Final Cut Pro.